video contains a catchy intro song. It'll be stuck in your head for the rest of the day. Be careful.
TCG Zapdos, he does a very good job as well. Very helpful for newer and experienced players alike, so check him out. And TCG Zapdos, great shows with episodes and great editing, and if you like the Pokemon trading card game, check out their videos.
Dragonite, I play some on my bench and use my might. Yeah, that's right. Dragonite, got super scoop up and you're losing right. Oh, using Jet Sonic as soon as I'm in play to get some knockouts. Better prepare yourself because I'm healing all the damage. Yeah, there's no doubt. Oh, Dragonite, you might attack me, but I'm healing right. How that's it, come on everyone. Dragonite, a team of dragons that can really fight. Oh. What's up YouTube, it's ZapdosTCG here, and our epic TCG journey continues with episode 77. In this episode we'll be looking over Dragonite EX from the Furious Fist set. Most people think this card is useless when they pull it in their packs, but since I pulled 2 Dragonite EXs in my booster box, I couldn't help making a deck analysis about that card. So let's start by showing off this awesome EX. The first thing you'll notice is that it's weak to Fairy, which is not that bad because not many people play Fairy Pokemon, and even if they play like a deck like a Fairy Toolbox deck, they usually don't attack with Fairy Pokemon, they attack with Mega Kangaskhan. So his HP is also a nice thing, 180, not 170, it's 180, and it has one attack called Jet Sonic, which is the attack we'll be using. It deals 80 damage, and you may discard an energy attached to your Dragonite, and if you do that, you deal 120 damage instead. Combine that with Muscle Band, Hypnotoxic Laser, and Verbank City Gem, you'll be dealing 170 damage, enough to knock out Pokemon like Mewtwo EX. Dealing 180 damage would have been much better, but we can't complain, because 2-hit knockouts are also nice. That's why I prefer not running that many Muscle Bands, because we can use that space for healing cards, which I'll explain in a minute. Too bad that the energy attachments are so weird. We need 2 grass energies and a lightning energy, so that's not quite consistent indeed. However, we do have Virizion EX, which can help us out with acceleration with its attack Emerald Slash. So Virizion EX has done the attack in the beginning of the game to get our Dragonites pumping. Also, Virizion blocks the special conditions on all your Pokemon that have grass energies attached, so if your opponent doesn't play Garbodor, we don't have to worry about the Hypnotoxic Lasers that puts us to sleep and actually locks us out for not being able to attack. Now that we found our opening Virizion, actually, let's head back to our main attacker Dragonite EX. As you can see, it's quite hard to set up, but what makes it playable, well, it's an ability. It's called Bust State, or actually Bust In, and the ability states when you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench, you move any number of basic energies attached to your Pokemon to this Pokemon, so it actually allows you to switch to your active position as well. So once you put them on the bench, get all the energies and go to the active spot. That's actually what it does, the ability. I really like this ability because it can come out of nowhere to get those surprise knockouts. Also, we don't have to worry that much about switch, since Dragonite switches automatically with its ability. So what's the main strategy of this deck? Well, we use Virizion EX to get some energies into play in the beginning of the game, and once we've done that, we bench a Dragonite EX to get those energies and start attacking. Once we notice that Dragonite is almost knocked out, we bench another Dragonite EX to get all the energies and actually go to take its place from the older Dragonite EX. So we have a fresh Dragonite EX on the active spot, and the thing we do now is to actually Super Scoop Up, use Super Scoop Up or Max Potion to heal off the damage. Since our damaged Dragonite doesn't have any energies anymore, we can just use Max Potion freely. Also, it's better to use Super Scoop Up because that way we can get him back into our hand and you reuse the ability. But it's a coin flip, so if it's tails, it doesn't do anything, but if it's head, you can get him back into your hand. I do suggest running 4 Super Scoop Up, and with that we also play like 1 Jirachi EX, because if we happen to start with Jirachi EX, we can just use Super Scoop Up to actually get him back into our hand. Jirachi's ability is actually really nice because that way our deck gets really consistent. We can search him out with Ultra Ball, and its ability states if you bench him, you can just search your deck for a supporter crawler. It's also nice if we run Lysander in our deck because with the help of Jirachi, we can actually catch out a Pokemon on your opponent's bench and actually use our Dragonite to bust in out of nowhere to get those final prize cards. It's quite genius in theory, but we have to see if it works in the current meta game because Seismitoad EX is around there blocking our items, so that's why running Caches might also be a great option. It's basically like Super Scoop Up, but instead of going to the hand, they go straight into the deck, and it's not with a coin flip. It's also a supporter, so that's why we want to run more draw cards from trainers like Roller Skates, Bicycle. Roller Skates is risky, but it works actually in some situations, and Bicycle works when you have not that many cards in your hand, lets you draw until you have 4. The choice is up to you. I prefer Bicycle in combination with some Ultra Balls, searching out Dragonites and Jirachi EXs at the same time, so that can actually win you the game at certain points. Another option to consider is running Altaria, as I said, with Muscle Band, Hypnotoxic Laser and the Fairbank City Gym out. You deal 170 damage, and if you play one Altaria, that damage gets increased to 190, which is more than enough to knock out everything. So running a 2-2 line of the Altaria might actually be a great option to think about, but yeah, it does take space, so if you don't want to run that, that's fine. That's actually only for the aggressive version of this deck. You can also test out Genesect EX in this deck. It's like Genesect Virizion deck, but then with Dragonite in there because Genesect is just a good card all around. But I'm a bigger fan of the defensive version actually, because with Max Potion, Super Scoop Up and even Hard Champ, we have a lot of defensive power because you do run a lot of Virizion EXs in your deck as your main starter. Hard Charm will give those Seismitoad EXs a really tough time with resistance in combination with that tool card. They won't be doing much. A thing you should know is that Dragonite needs lightning energies as well, so actually just running like 9 grass energies because we can always get those out with Virizion, and then 4 lightning energies. I know we can reduce them, but if they're in their prizes, that's not good. Also, if your opponent magically knocks out a Dragonite EX in one shot, that's something that actually happens, then our lightning energies are gone. Also, Starling Megaphone is nice to get rid of your opponent's tool cards, and Professor Leather might be nice to get that lightning energy you're searching for. To finish off, we play 7 to 10 draw supporters, and maybe Mr. Mime can be a nice tech, so your opponent doesn't knock out your Dragonite EXs if you don't have Max Potion or Super Scoop Up. As the Ace Pack card, I would go for like Scoop Up Cyclone this time around, since it's basically Super Scoop Up but without the coin flip. Yeah, I know it's awesome, right? But if you don't have that, just use computer search as always. Last, we want to consider Pokemon Center Lady, which is also a card that which is really nice. It works even when it's in a trainer lock because it's a supporter and it heals off the damage and special conditions. And that's about it. When your Dragonite EX is just a little blow away from being knocked out, we heal him up and put him back in our hand while your opponent becomes crazy because he just can't knock us out. Then Virizion gets some energies, or we just bench another Dragonite and attack with that one because he can automatically get all the energies to him, and we're back on track being offensive. That's how the deck works, and I actually like this rogue deck, to be honest, and it might give the top decks a surprising defeat. So now let's go on to Poké-News. I have once again some epic news coming your way. We started off with the Japanese Halloween special, Shiny Mega Gengar. To celebrate Halloween and Pokemon Centers of Japan, if you buy for more than 1,500 yen, you'll get a Shiny Mega Gengar EX card. The promo number is 79XYP, and the thing we notice is that the attack is different than the other Mega Gengar EX we've seen. This one states your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned and confused, with the addition of 120 damage. Is quite nice, but I don't think it's a game breaker. In addition to that, you'll also get a Shiny Gengar holding a Gengarite in the X and Y games. It comes at level 25 in a Dusk Ball, and it knows the moves Shadow Ball, Confuse Ray, Astonish and Sludge Wave, which is a move it cannot normally learn. Although we're not in Japan, we can always trade for those epic Gengars in the TCG or in the VCG. That's quite easy to obtain since yeah, Pokemon is now global thanks to the GTS and actually trading on eBay and YouTube. It's all possible. Next up are some more Japanese Pokemon card scans. This time it's Bronzong from the Hyper Metal Chain deck from Fandom Forces set. In Japan, the set comes out on September 13, and we already see some cards that have been leaked. We see this Bronzong. It has the ability Metal Chain. Once during your turn, you may choose one Metal Energy from your discard pile and add it to one of your bench Pokemon. So we finally get Metal Energy Acceleration, which totally kicks ass. We can definitely use our Covalent EXs now to their full potential soon. Next is Head Noiser from Team Flare. It's a Team Flare tool card, and it's actually quite interesting. It states the Pokemon this card is attached to has its attack cost increased by colorless energy. If this Pokemon, if this card becomes detached, this card as going to the discard pile from the original player's deck. So we can conclude that tool card, we have to throw that tool card to our opponent somehow, and with that tool card out there, their Pokemon will actually be slowed down because they need an extra energy. As well, they can attach a muscle band as well, which is awesome, but we do want to have a way to actually throw those tool cards to your opponent, so we have to figure that out soon. Also, I suspect that Tool Retriever will be played more, since that tool card is quite devastating and disruptive, since your opponent won't be able to use tool cards and they're actually slowed down a bit. Next is Chandelure with the ability Fainting Spell. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon would be knocked out by damage, you flip a coin. If heads, the opponent's active Pokemon is also knocked out. This is amazing and also quite interesting, since you can also use this attack because we have that mystery energy coming, so every psychic Pokemon out there will get a boost. Next is Mega Manectric, 210 HP for a Manectric, which is awesome, and it has the attack Turbo Bolt, dealing 110 damage. Choose two basic energies from your discard pile and attach them to one of your bench Pokemon, so a lot of damage, and you can have energy acceleration. Lastly, we have Hydreigon with the ability Dark Avance. Once during your turn, you may choose one Darkness energy from your discard pile and attach it to your active Pokemon. So energy acceleration, but it's stage 2, so I don't think Yveltal actually will benefit from this one, since stage 2 Pokemon are a bit hard to get out. In other news, we also know that Pokemon TCG is coming to Russia with some Russian scans, which means collectors out there can actually collect those cards in another language, which is quite exciting. They'll actually hit Russia from somewhere in October, so we have a new language, as I said, for the TCG fans that like to collect their favorite cards in different languages. Also, as I mentioned, the Hoenn Collection Box with Primal Kyogre and Primal Groudon on it, just to actually put the people down for the release of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, will have Primal Kyogre EX and Primal Groudon EX in the collection box, as well as I said with the starter Pokemon as holographics, Mudkip, Torchic and Trico, so that's quite exciting. I think they're actually going to pronounce like on the Mega something, we have like Mega cards, and then we'll probably going to have like Primal cards. Like, I can't wait to see Primal Groudon EX. Lastly, another Mega EX, the Premium Collection Box for a Mega Metagross-EX will also come around. It'll be released in November, and this product actually is to celebrate the release of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. And actually the Mega Metagross-EX will have a premium promo card, and it'll be shiny, as well as a shiny regular Metagross-EX, as well as a jumbo card of the shiny Mega Metagross-EX and a regular card. So a lot of good stuff coming, and in that collection box we also get like 8 booster packs, a playmat featuring shiny Mega Metagross, and a Metagross coin. So that's all for the Hoenn Collection Box, which will be coming our way in November. And we finish off Poké-News with Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Special Pack Mega Diancie EX. Wow, another mouthful. It'll be released on November 21st in Japan, so all the Japan releases can give us a sight in the future on upcoming decks. That's about it for Poké-News, and we wrapped up this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click that like button, because you know I always appreciate your support and it helps me to level up my Zapdos. Also, you can click here to subscribe if you want, and that way you'll stay updated when a new video is uploaded. Thanks a lot for watching another episode, and I'll be seeing you guys later. Hi, if you haven't checked out the previous episode, you can just click here. It's about another deck idea called Dolphin and Friends. It's also the cheapest deck out there for the new format, so check that out if you're interested. Also, I started making top 10 videos about Pokemon cards, and to start those series off, we started off with top 10 most valuable and rarest Pokemon cards. Go check that out. You'll be surprised how much certain cards are worth. And I also make TCG battle videos, real life and on TCGO. Check those out if you're interested in the competitive play. And I'm out. Peace.